We got our next door neighbor MK here.
Hello,
MK Paulsen.
MK Paulsen and hey, all right. What was it? I forgot my train of thought. I do remember when I was a kid, I accidentally burned down my great aunt Labina Blondina's barn.
I'm sorry, what was her name?
I have a great aunt named Labina Blondina.
Okay.
And
wow.
I accidentally burned her barn down with a Roman candle. And as there was flames and smoke going up in the air, my dad rushed over from my grandparents.
Stop. What? wait.
Let him keep going.
Was this 4th of July?
I have tried for years to make this a bit, and it just never. People are like, "What?"
Guess what podcasts are for?
Yeah,
they're for things that don't work as a bit.
So when I was a kid, I was like obsessed with fireworks. Did y'all like go through a fireworks phase where you were just
never got
super into fireworks?
I got some firecrackers in my room right now.
I got Roman candles exploding on the back of my eyelids every time I close them, baby.
The problem with Texas is that anytime fireworks season comes around, i.e. the middle of the summer, there's usually a drought. So I had bought some Roman candles for the 4th of July, and I would hang out with my great aunt Labina Blondina, real person, my favorite person that's ever lived. She drove a 1982 Cadillac Eldorado.
Hell yeah.
And she was the one in the family that left and moved to California. And so she lived in California for 40 years or something like that.
That's my cousin Joanne. We all have one of those.
We all have one in the South.
Oh, yeah.
And then here's the thing, though. Aunt Bina, where'd she move to? Oh, the glitz and glamour of Bakersfield, California. So she lived in Bakersfield.
That's amazing. That's a lateral move.
I mean, but in our head, we're like, wow, she lives in California. And then now as an adult, I'm like, she lived in Bakersfield.
Yeah, I was going to say,
dude.
But so
California's so fancy when you're in Texas for some reason.
They're all on surfboards out in Bakersfield.
She went from George Strait to Buck Owens.
Yeah,
it's a lateral move.
To be fair, I think she maybe was very into gambling, so she liked being closer to Vegas and stuff like that.
Fuck,
makes sense.
Yes.
Is Sacramento closer to? I think she was actually closer to Reno. So anyway,
I think there's gambling spots in California too. After you just get outside the major cities.
Yeah.
Bakersfield's closer to Vegas. Sacramento's closer to Reno.
Anyway, later in life, she moved back to Texas, and she lived with my other great aunt, Aunt Dora.
That's a great aunt name.
Dora. Aunt Dora Frida and Labina Blondina. And so
these sound like the name of puppets.
Yeah, for sure. They sound like the name to me of just like stereotypical old people from the South name. Just Anyway, we were out. So she lived with Aunt Dora. Aunt Dora was in a wheelchair. She couldn't really, because Aunt Bina had kind of come back to take care of her. And I was out on a walk with Aunt Bina, brought a Roman candle. Aunt Dora had these an old barn that had hay in it, just dead hay in the middle of the summer.
Yep.
And I'm
That's
playing
every
with my
barn, I feel like.
That's what barns are for, but yes,
and
go ahead.
it was a really old barn. They were thinking of taking it down anyway.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's what they told me to feel better, but yeah.
That's totally what they told you.
You know that expression, it caught on like wildfire? Well, I know exactly. That's pretty quick because it got out of control.
Was there a old prospector type man there to go, the barn's on fire, the barn's on fire? I
don't know, but there should have been. That would have been perfect. But I do remember
was hurt, right?
My dad was happened to be, so my grandparents' place was 10 miles away, 7 miles away, something like that. Maybe not even that far, but they would take the tractor and it would just take an hour to drive the tractor down the, So he was coming over on the tractor to do something for Eudora. And as he's driving on the tractor, there's just this plume of smoke going up in the air. And they lived in the country, so it took 30 minutes for the police to get there.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Of course, the barn's
or
just
the
gone.
night?
During the day.
Okay.
Why was I shooting a Roman candle during the day? I don't know.
You're a little kid and it's fun.
It was fun.
Do you hear the amount of fireworks that go on during the day around here?
Oh, yeah. Non-stop.
Yeah.
Long story short, I burned down my great aunt Labina Blondina's barn. I mean, it was...
I was waiting for
I'm MK Paulsen, and this is the barn burner.
Real barn burner of a story.
Yeah. Welcome to the the end of the world show, everybody. I don't know. We're at an impasse here, MK, because we don't.
We used to call this the Corona Diaries.
It's called the Corona Diaries, but
Nobody cares about that anymore.
Does anybody care about the coronavirus?
Is it? I think it's got to be the End of the World show now.
The End of the World show.
That was that was the name of the show when I first moved to LA. That was our live show. My first live show we produced in LA because it was 2012. So the Mayan calendar, all that shit.
Nice.
So it was called the End of the World show, and time be a flat fucking circle, as the famous Texas man said. So here we go.
I don't think the world's ending. I think it's changing for the better.
Well,
positive change, Rivers.
Yeah. Hey, the start of the world. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll see how positive we are after all these fucking stories I have today.
Oh yeah, I'm scared. I'm like, should I be the one weighing in on things right now? I don't know.
Well,
the social distancing.
I wanted to start with a positive story. This is from Tehran, Iran. Iranian lawmakers on Sunday chanted "Death to America" in a show of support for American protesters. Quote, this is an Iranian lawmaker, quote, "To show respect for the movement of the oppressed people of the United States, I ask you to stand for a few seconds and chant 'Death to America' to show our respect." So that's from footage provided by Al Arabiya. Lawmakers then stood and chanted "Death to America." So
I don't want to say they're right, but they're not wrong.
That is a Simpsons joke. Like, that's insane. I love it.
It feels like the cynic in me is like, oh, this everything though. I'm like, oh, this just plays into Trump's hand. Like, that's what I think about everything. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, the left is aligned with the Islamic State and blah blah blah, and like,
well, that's how politics work.
Right.
You just take anything and then you can spin it, and then the people who already support you are like, yeah.
Yeah, but I just
bust that 75-year-old man's skull. He's in Antifa.
Right. Oh my god!
Yeah,
that was insane. You saw that shit, right?
Oh yeah,
that happened since we recorded one of these. An old man got pushed over in Buffalo by the cops. It's like a horrifying video, like every other goddamn video. And today, Trump said that this 75-year-old man was in Antifa. He was an agitator.
He was trying to scan police devices.
I'll tell you what
something.
he was in. He was in old man Tifa.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel bad. That's insane. Yeah. It's also, you'd think Trump would have, you'd weirdly think he'd be sympathetic
because they're the exact people. They're the exact same age.
They're the same age.
Yeah. Like, it's insane. And if you see that man, he is just like the most frail, like, bird-like, like stork of a man.
Yeah, well, yeah, he can like barely walk towards the police.
And if you look at it, he's handing back the cops their helmet. One of like if you watch the video, he's got one of their helmets in his hand, and he's like, "Here's your helmet," and then they just push him over because they're fucking animals. So, and speaking of which, not to shit too hard on y'all's home state, but the Austin Police Department writing themselves thank you notes. Did you see that?
Oh
show?
Yeah. That was
fucking amazing.
They tried to. Did you hear what they tried to explain it by?
Oh no! Well, let me read the tweet first, in case people don't know. So this is from Friday at 10:30 a.m. at Austin_police. "We can't express how grateful we are to serve you, Austin. Our officers have been working around the clock during these unprecedented times, and thanks to everyone who took the time to write and make our day a little brighter. #1 Austin Safer Together. #thankful." And it is a pile of letters where, if you look at the letter T, there's a very distinct way of writing the letter T, where the cross section at the top is obviously written by the same person. The entire fucking pile of letters was written by one or two people. Also, none of the envelopes have postage, which is not usually how mail works. Also, the same weekend as this, so just as an extra thank you, the Austin Police Department shot 20-year-old Justin Howell and Brad Levi Ayala, who's 16, in the head with beanbags, and both are in the hospital. So thanks.
They did worse than that over the last couple weeks.
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna talk about the video that came out too, because that is fucking horrifying as well. But I just like that in the midst of all this chaos, the cops found time to write fan mail to themselves.
Yeah.
Did you hear what happened when they were asked to explain that? That the theory...
No, what is it? What happened?
They claimed that they were written by kindergartners and brought to the police by a person just dropping them off by hand. Kindergarten is not in session. It's summer right now in the state of Texas.
Also, they canceled classes.
Kindergarten classes haven't been around since early April.
Yeah. Also, these children spelled appreciated perfectly.
Oh, no.
I couldn't spell. I found some shit that I did in kindergarten where I spelled shark, SHARCKU.
Shark. Maybe you're trying to write Sharky.
It was to accommodate for the clicking sound at the end of the K, like shark. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
but the point is,
sense.
I couldn't spell "you are appreciated" perfectly. And these kindergartners have managed to do this.
Also, appreciated is spelled perfectly, but U and R are just single letters.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, to be honest, I still have problems spelling appreciated.
Dude, if I didn't have spell correction on my phone, you know how it auto corrects on your phone? When I type on my laptop, it doesn't do that, and I send some wild ass shit.
I really think it's made my spelling get just worse and
It
worse
has,
as I get older. Like I like. There's sometimes I'm like, all right, and I sound it out, and I'm like, there's no SH in appreciate. Anyway,
I used to work with a lady who said that her and her boyfriend both turned off autocorrect on their phone, and it was
just like
really hard at first,
raw
but then
dogging it,
and then it made them way better spellers.
Yeah.
Because the same thing, it's true that does happen.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, fuck the Austin police. I don't.
Yeah, they're bad. They're bad
across the board. I don't.
And then when they brought up that kindergarten's not in session, the guy was just like, "Well, it was kids that were kindergarten age." That's what we were told, at least.
Dude, at least make them high school students.
Yeah.
So that would accommodate for the handwriting and the spelling.
Also, Austin's so liberal, I don't think there's any school in Austin. They would have had to go to the suburbs.
Dude, the thing is, Austin's liberal, but it's because of the people who move there. The people who grew up in Austin are not liberal.
Yeah, you grew up in Austin.
Yeah,
right?
and that's the thing that people get confused about.
Yeah.
And the thing is, some people who grew up there are liberal, but there's just the misconception that Austin's such a liberal town. A lot of the people who grow up there are rednecks.
Yeah.
Or they're rich white people. The two most racist types of white people.
Yeah, the two genres of racist.
I have first of all, I believe this was also in Texas. You saw the guy with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
So now, one of the things that we've been talking about a lot on this show, MK, is the increasing use of insane melee weapons, and we've now arrived at a guy screaming the N-word with a chainsaw. That happened in Texas.
No.
Was it not Texas?
Don't groan, MK. He was Hispanic.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, his last name was Pena. That makes it okay. That's the craziest part of the video is that he pulls up in a truck with his name on it in the background because he's like a business owner. He pulls up in his work truck. So immediately everybody just Googled the name of the business and it's like, oh, there he is. And it's just a guy with a chainsaw screaming the N-word on the streets of Texas somewhere. Was it Dallas or?
I think it was South Texas.
Oh, it was South Texas.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And this is because we found this out to be true, I think, since the last time we recorded. That guy who pulled the bow and arrow out on the people in the protest, he had a criminal record of assault on a police officer and was in jail for years in California.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And after I saw that, I came up with a theory that I think is probably true, that most of these people you see on video that are wielding weapons just at groups of people in the protests, I bet they have a history of criminal records for assault or violence.
Funny you should mention that. I have a kind of a long thing, but I promise there's a point to this.
Okay.
Chad Arthur Thiessen was born in Nebraska on May 2nd, 1981, and although one of his Facebook pages says that is the day he, quote, started school, and it's not a physical place. So in 2004, there's a big jump here because I don't know that much about him. In 2004, at the age of 23, he was arrested in Cass County and charged with 2 counts of attempting to manufacture methamphetamine. And he did 6 months in jail and was released in May of 2005. He was arrested again in 2011 in Otoe County for theft. This time he did 5 months in jail and was released in March of 2012. According to a story in the Fremont Tribune, in the winter of 2017, Chad had 6 outstanding warrants, and the cops were hot on his trail. On January 22nd, 2017, after being tipped off to his whereabouts, police spotted Chad just south of the town of Nehawka. Cops engaged Chad in a foot chase, which ended with him being dragged, kicking and screaming, out from his hiding place under a pool deck. He was transported to Cass County Jail and booked for the 6 outstanding warrants, obstructing the police, driving on a suspended license, and possession of marijuana and drug paraphernalia. And he spent 1 night in jail. On August 17th through 20th, 2017.
This guy is so fucking white. He's barely in jail for anything.
Oh, yeah.
Manufacturing meth, 2 counts. 6 months.
Theft, fucking fleeing from the cops. So on August 17th through the 20th, so for 3 days, Chad appears to have had a Facebook account. And in those 3 days, he makes about 15 posts about Elon Musk, artificial intelligence, and the return of the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar II.
Oh, old Nebcook.
Which, by the way, today was the first time I ever noticed that Nebuchadnezzar has the word Chad in the middle of it, because this guy is obsessed with his own name. All of his shit has to do with Chad, so he is really into Nebuchadnezzar. And so I got a couple samples. I read everything this man has ever written today.
Nice.
So I got a couple samples from his first Facebook. My birthday and a big electrical baby came up again. I'm caught up. I'll try to send it. Someone explain that.
I'm going to say it. I don't think he's just manufacturing the meth.
I think he's done so much meth, he's unlocked a schizophrenia.
My whole family and a lot of tribes came down, born out of lightning and water, onto your Nebraska eastern border where King Hill meets Queen Hill Road, where I bless the eclipse, and that is only time, and it will be called that. Ask a university how Solomon walks through the walnut grove.
He sounds like the guys who hang out outside my apartment.
I heard King Hill, and I'm like, I wonder, is that a King of the Hill reference?
He says, I survived a nuke. Now ask Trump and Jared to show the pledge I signed about sniffing out artificial intelligence.
Now I do want to see that. I'm not gonna lie, I do. I am interested. My interest is piqued.
So he's only got this Facebook for like 3 days. His last post in 2017, it just says, "Hi ISIS, cool name. Want to hang out?"
That's a good tweet.
It's a great tweet.
I feel like you're literally just summoning the FBI to your door with that.
So that's 2017. I believe, based on some of the stuff I found this morning poking around, that there is a missing second Facebook between the first one and the third one. Mm-hmm. That's just my hunch.
You should write some fan fiction.
I don't even have to.
Facebook too, the ISIS years.
Believe me, as a amateur historian, truth so much better than fiction. My God. March 8th, 2020, Chad opens up a new Facebook account under the name Evil Merodach Nebuchadnezzar. His profile picture is a very haggard-looking selfie with a Donald Trump profile picture filter that says, "I support our American heroes." His first post says, quote, "Third eye open, Echad." Echad is the Hebrew word meaning one composed of many parts, but I think he just likes the word because it has the word Chad in it.
That makes sense.
ECHAT.
His third eye's open, so you can really spot Chad in the middle of long words.
Dude, that's the scariest shit ever, is when some crazy guy's like, "My third eye is open." You're like, no, close it.
Shut it.
You get to say that down. If you're on fucking DMT or Joe Rogan show or something.
Well, he is like an Elon Musk guy, so there's a chance he's a Rogan guy. So, so that's March 8th.
That's the scariest part.
Do not,
He probably knows MMA.
Yeah.
Dude, Bible, meth, and Joe Rogan do not mix. May 20th, 2020, Chad posts a YouTube video entitled "Prophetic Dream, Bulldozer in Washington, D.C." And it's a video from May 27th, 2013 on some Christian show where a caller calls in and shares a prophetic dream about a bulldozer crashing into the White House. So this is from 2013.
It's the last of the last days. Antichrist, one world government, etc. Then all of a sudden, this big bulldozer bulldozes through the parking lot of cars and right through the White House, just like it was a deck of cards. So we start praying in the Spirit immediately. And she woke up.
Wow. Well, that dream, that particular dream is obviously a dream about the last days, so it tends to be more on the vision side of things, even though there's symbolism in it. The great thing is this, the bulldozer. Now, you may not think the bulldozer is a great thing. The great thing is the bulldozer, because you're seeing man's plans and you're seeing God saying, but I have a plan that will bulldoze right through the plans of men. There's plans of men that change because people react certain ways, people pray and so on. But God says, in essence, pray that my bulldozer comes in and goes right through the middle of this mess and everything gets leveled out. It's like I will take down the plans of men and I'm going to raise up my plans. But I have to take down the plans of men first. So very important dream.
So he posts this video with the comment, "The Chad," in all caps.
What does he have anything to say about the election with the hanging chads? That's what I would do. I feel like there's some conspiratorial stuff in there.
Well, that was a long time before all this stuff.
Hey, well,
Guess what, MK? He does.
oh my God!
We're getting there.
Hey.
We're getting there. He then posts, quote, "I'm the bulldozer conspiracy. ... Coming soon to a theater near you."
Oh no!
Followed by "The coronavirus is BS." So he thinks he's a bulldozer and Corona's fake. So
This is like when you do a show with a comic and then add them on social media.
Yeah.
Then the next 4 years, you just watch them degrade mentally
Slowly
until
melt
they're
down.
living in their car
Yeah.
and posting about it constantly.
May 21st, Chad changes his Facebook profile to a picture of a very buff statue of King Nebuchadnezzar with the phrase, "It's coming," written all over it in meme font.
Are people supposed to know who Nebuchadnezzar is?
That's
Do y'all, well,
Are you serious? Are you about to ask, do we not know?
I mean, I know it's from the Bible.
yeah, it's from the Bible. So in the Bible, King Nebuchadnezzar is the guy who destroys the first temple and enslaves the kingdom of Judea.
Right.
Oh, now I
Oh,
know.
of course, that's the one. That's,
So he was the king of Babylon.
Why didn't you say so?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I skipped a lot of the Babylon stuff in the Bible.
That's the good shit, baby. But yeah, no, the kingdom of Judea gets crushed by Babylon, and the whole kingdom gets rounded up and taken back to Babylon. And I think they're there for like 80 years. And then Cyrus the Great destroys Babylon and then lets him return to the kingdom of Judah. And it's called the Babylonian Captivity. And it's like the book of Psalms was written in Babylon. And anyway, point is Nebuchadnezzar is an evil king. That's kind of all you
Okay.
need to know.
Okay. That's all I need to know. There's a lot of
get all
other
that,
stuff
Sam?
in there.
You following Sam Rivers and I know all
I'm
this.
sorry. I just y'all are both from Texas. I just
We should.
assume
I feel like
this is shit that they just teach it. I didn't learn. I didn't go to church. I had to figure this shit out
neither.
later.
Some of this when people I think in church I just like glazed over at some of this
Yeah,
stuff, especially
dude.
some of the Old Testament stuff.
Yeah,
I went to a churchy preschool, but it was just because it was free.
Yeah.
that's how they get you.
I feel like there
The
was
first
still a
taste is
cost
free.
for that though.
Yeah.
That is.
So, that same day, Chad posts 2 pictures with a caption. The first picture is a screenshot of a YouTube search result page featuring videos of George W. Bush reading to the classroom on 9/11. And when I say screenshot, I mean he literally took a picture of his screen. And you can
I love
see
that.
like weird stains on the screen. That,
Yeah.
Well, let's
like,
not
it's-
judge people for that.
No,
I mean,
but
who
no.
doesn't have some...
Dude, if it was that kind of stain, fine.
Let's
but
look at
this
Rivers' laptop.
this looks like he like washed his hands in oil and then just sort of like put them on the screen. Like it's just like these weird stains. The second picture is another Chad style screenshot, meaning a picture of the screen from a meme from Reddit based on the famous scene of Slim Pickens riding the nuclear bomb in Dr. Strangelove. On the bomb is written the phrase "Dr. Fauci's 5G triggered nanobot bioweapon."
Okay.
It appears to have originated from a conspiracy website called Woolston Gray.
Woolston.
Chad
Would you
posted,
like some tea? Yes, I'll have the Woolston Gray.
Chad posted the picture with the following caption, quote, "Trump bulldozer prophecy is me. Thuselah, Lucifer, Osiris, Nebuchadnezzar."
Methuselah was the old guy in the Bible.
Yeah. Methuselah's the old guy. Osiris,
Old
it's
dirty bastards
Egyptian
started
god of-
calling
Egyptian god of the
themselves
dead,
Yeah.
and Nebuchadnezzar, evil king.
Evil king.
May 22nd. These are just his posts, all right. And I just want you guys to tell me if you notice a trend.
Okay.
May 22nd, 2:30 a.m. Trump bulldozer prophecy 2020. May 23rd, George W. Bush doing a secret prayer to Pan on 9/11 while people burn in the Twin Towers. That's unacceptable. Trump bulldozer Bible prophecy coming to town. Same day. Trump bulldozer Bible prophecy has not even gotten started yet. The following day, 12:15 a.m., bulldozer prophecy is me. USA about to have a wild card in race for 2020. The hanging Chad is here. I broke Epstein's neck.
Nice.
So
nice.
there's the payoff.
The
for
trend that I'm picking up on here.
Where do you think he might be going with this?
This man seems mentally unwell.
He seems like a good guy.
He cares about the Lord.
Yeah.
He does love the Lord. The next day, 3:45 p.m., Trump bulldozer prophecy is me. The following day, 10:39 p.m., Trump bulldozer prophecy is me. Thusla, Lucifer, Osiris, Nebuchadnezzar. May 30th, Trump bulldozer prophecy is me. Same thing. Again, 30 minutes later, the exact same thing. June 1st, you guys are all in the Nebuchadnezzar madness. June 2nd, hey Biden, say this 3 times fast. Trump bulldozer prophecy is me. June 3rd, Trump bulldozer prophecy is me. June 4th, USA. When your president gets up and shows you a blank Bible, now he's at the point where Trump walks to the church and he's holding up the Bible. When your president shows you a blank Bible, keep in mind, lots of pages are name after name after name after name. FYI, what do you think happens to one's mind when they lose it? Where does it go? Methuselah, Lucifer, Osiris, Nebuchadnezzar. 12 hours later. This is from the Cass County Sheriff's Office. In the early morning hours of Friday, June 5th, Chad Thiessen, 39 years old, stole a 2016 Cat Model 963K bulldozer from the Graham Construction Company's road project in rural Murray, Nebraska.
Oh, no. He was trying to bulldoze that White House.
He said he was the bulldozer prophecy, and God damn it, it's like The Secret. Speak it into action.
Yeah.
So he stole a bulldozer. Thiessen called the Cass County 911 center at 5:32 a.m., and he advised them that he had obtained a bulldozer, and he planned to drive it 27 miles to Omaha to deliver a message about media inaccuracies following the 9/11 terror attacks, and saying he wanted what he was doing correctly explained to protesters. The affidavit
Well, at least
says
the bulldozer's really slow.
I know.
Yes,
that's like my
get
dad
away.
coming to the burning down barn on the tractor.
it's so weird that that's so funny.
Oh, wow.
He was going to go 27 miles with this thing too. An affidavit says Thiessen told the dispatchers to have the bulldozer owner call him. He said the owner would not want to press charges against him once he learned the information that Thiessen would soon reveal.
Oh, wow. So he's that in that he thinks he's going to be able to get away with it.
Well, he was romanticizing his own craziness before all this.
Well, he was saying that he is, he is the bulldozer prophecy.
But he also is like, what happens to a mind when you lose it? It's like he fucking is some 12-year-old who just watched The Joker or some shit.
This is a quote from him this is what he said to the 911 dispatcher. Quote, I'm letting you know that I'm going to be coming through town in a little bit on a bulldozer out of Murray. Just so you know, I am the Trump bulldozer Bible prophecy. I'm telling you, dude, stay the fuck away from me. I've got a megaphone. I've got a fucking bulldozer. The American public is going to know that you can't be praying in secret while people are burning alive. I'm pushing everyone out of the way.
Ugh.
So he called the 911 people to say this, but they don't know where the bulldozer is. So now they get a call at 7 a.m., somebody telling them, hey, there's a bulldozer driving on the grass shoulder on the northbound highway of 75.
Fucking snitch. What's the problem with that?
I know, man. A Cass County Sheriff's deputy caught up with the bulldozer and attempted a traffic stop near Highway 75 and Church Road, but reports that the bulldozer immediately turned away whenever the patrol vehicle approached. So they're trying to pull him over, and he's just kind of like veering off the highway.
It's like a turtle trying to escape. It's just like...
But he is aware enough to be like, I got the tank tracks, right?
Yeah.
So I can go places these guys can't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. With deputies in pursuit, the bulldozer cut its way through farm fields and eventually onto the taxiway and runway of the Plattsmouth Municipal Airport.
Wow.
And it's got the scoop down.
Oh, damn.
For some parts. So it is just fucking shit up.
I hate when
how do you
people
stop somebody on a bulldozer?
I hate when people say this, but this is some Grand Theft Auto shit.
This is some Grand Theft Auto shit.
Bulldozer on the tarmac.
Yeah.
Got to put in the cheat codes for that normally.
Airplane traffic at the airport was ordered shut down, which is hilarious because I'm like, how much airplane traffic is there at the Plattsmouth Municipal Airport?
Yeah.
The dozer then went west and went on to the railroad tracks where it got stuck twice. Train traffic was also ordered shut down on the Union Pacific Railway. Thiessen then...
Let's be honest, train traffic heavy around those parts.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, isn't it hard to stop a train?
Oh, yeah.
So goes the expression.
That's people. Yeah. That's why people die by getting hit by trains.
Yeah, trains, depending on how much shit they're hauling, need like
multiple miles
to slow down. Yeah. Thiessen then continued south, which is the opposite direction of Omaha, by the way. So now he's not even heading to Omaha anymore. Lieutenant Larry Burke of the Cass County Sheriff's Office said at this point, authorities knew that they would have to find a solution that was different from a normal car chase. So again, well, why... Duh.
Defund the police.
Defund the police.
Our finest.
Yeah, our
bravest and finest.
It took them how many hours to figure that out?
The size of the bulldozer meant deputies were unable to set up a typical roadblock. Yeah, no shit.
Also, I just realized something. He's going from what? Omaha to... Or is he ending up in Omaha?
He's headed to the protests in Omaha from Murray, which is way south
How
of
many
Omaha.
fucking roads from Murray to Omaha are there?
Well,
the police can't even find a bulldozer going on the one road that goes to fucking Omaha.
Yeah, it sounds like all of this took place in and around Highway 75.
I want to know,
yeah.
I mean, how much gas do you have
I tried
to
to find that, and I don't... It like, if you look up, like, bulldozer range, like, there's not a lot of stuff that tells you, so it can't be that much.
Yeah.
27 miles, I would assume, is the... pretty close to the upper limits of how much a gas tank of a bulldozer.
That might be a lot more, actually.
I mean, it's got to be diesel, right?
Yeah, it's diesel. I don't know.
Diesel has like one
I don't know
gear.
what that means either.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think it's just a big engine uses diesel.
Yeah. This is the quote from the sheriff. Quote, "It was dangerous," Burke said. "We can't put any of our vehicles up in front of something like that. He would have crushed our patrol cars just from the weight and size of a vehicle like that."
Did he get any patrol cars, or did he?
No, they were just following him.
Because he probably likes the police.
That's
why
as shit.
He called 911 on himself because he likes the police.
That's
he was going to go
exactly.
hit protesters.
Well, I don't know that he was going to hit protesters. I just know he was going to the protest because he wanted the media attention. People have inferred, based on his like weird QAnon kind of Facebook post, that he's some kind of like fascist.
Yeah.
I think he's just insane, and saw an opportunity for like media exposure by doing this. And he's on a like most fucking fanatics who are on a mission from God. They're they're mentally unwell.
Could you imagine somebody that needed attention that bad? You two other comedians. Could you imagine
Certainly
anybody
not
that would do anything like that?
Me spend all day posting online about my life.
Deputies eventually made cell phone contact with Thiessen and were finally able to convince him to stop in the middle of a soybean field.
He's a soy boy.
Dude, you know what's funny is like he keeps a lot of the memes that he posted are like the Chad virgin memes, So I'm like, it's so funny that a Chad got fucking defeated in a soy field. It's fucking perfect. Yeah. So once Thiessen stopped, deputies spent 1 hour talking with him while he was barricaded inside of his vehicle. And they convinced him to peaceably step out of the bulldozer. They took him into custody and transported him once again to the place where everybody knows his name, the Cass County Jail. After the ordeal was over, deputies inspected the interior of the bulldozer's cab. This is what he did to the bulldozer. He covered it in stumps.
Oh, because he knew they were going to shoot at him.
Yeah, because he assumed they were going to shoot. So he had fortified the occupant area of the bulldozer inside and out. He fastened 2 large sections of tree stumps at the bottom part of the front windshield, and he placed many other pieces of timber on the side entrances. And he's got like that like spray foam shit that they use to like seal up insulation.
Oh yeah, to try to make it airtight.
That is a bit of a...
That does look like a meth project.
Yeah, that is 100% a meth project. It is,
Also, to steal that, he fucking spent like 2 hours at least doing that before he took it off the lot.
Oh, wait till I haven't even showed you the inside yet.
Ooh, leather seats?
Buckle up, Sam.
The inside cab was decked out with even more sections of tree stumps, spray foam, couch cushions, and other fabric to complicate efforts to access the operator. And we'll put all these pictures on our Twitter so you can see them because they're fucking crazy. He even put a little stump slice on the driver's seat for some reason so they wouldn't shoot his little butt.
He's probably short.
Maybe that
he just needed a little boost to see. He probably needed the boost to see over the top.
Good call. That's what it is. Because I was like, man, what's he doing?
Or maybe he was like using it as a shield and he just kept it underneath him.
No, it's glued on there.
He
Look,
wanted a hard surface for back support. Maybe.
Yeah, he's got some back issues, I guess. Deputies also recovered items that Thiessen had dropped in the field from the bulldozer, including a large metal and foam helmet, a large gas canister, a kitchen fillet knife, a homemade knife with brass knuckles taped on the handle.
Oh, you've been trying to get one of those.
I know. That's what I've been saying. And
Rivers is insane, by the way.
And a bullhorn were also found. So he mentioned
he forgot the bullhorn.
Well, he threw it out of the cab as he was going through this
trying to
field.
lose some weight.
Yeah, maybe go faster, get the aerodynamics
I wonder if he dropped it and was like, well, that's bullcorn. All right. I'm leaving. I just quit.
I miss your puns so
I know.
bad.
Thank you. Thanks, Sam.
Chad Arthur Thiessen is scheduled for a preliminary hearing on July 7th on charges of theft, possession of a deadly weapon, and flight to avoid arrest. His bail is set at $100,000.
Wait, what was the weapon? The knife, I guess?
The two knives, yeah.
But I thought he left those.
Well, he threw them out of the thing,
okay.
but he had them in his possession, yeah. Later that day in Omaha, so this is where he was heading, around 9 p.m., Omaha Police Chief Todd Schmerder, quote, "When things become unlawful and safety has been compromised, we have a duty to protect the public." He then opened fire on said public with rubber bullets, tear gas, and pepper balls. On Saturday, Omaha Mayor Gene Stothert released a statement, quote, "For 2 nights now, protesters have misused their right to lawfully assemble. Those who break the law will be arrested and held accountable." Now, imagine what they could have done if they had spent 1 hour talking down the fucking protesters like they did the insane white man in the goddamn bulldozer. And it goes to the thing I was going to mention about the Austin Police Department, too, is they had that video come out from last year, but this guy, Javier Ambler, who was wanted on traffic violations, led authorities on this high-speed pursuit, ended in a crash. The guy's 400 pounds, so they rip him out of the car, and they begin shooting him with tasers, and as he's screaming, "I have congestive heart failure, I can't breathe," they shock the guy to death. Now we're talking about a white guy in a fucking soybean field in Nebraska, and they give him a full hour to speak with authorities so they can talk him out of the thing. Ugh. So it's just like, it's as fucking zany as that is, it is perfectly indicative of the problems with policing that they're giving this man an hour to say crazy shit about dead Babylonian kings, and they won't give protesters
Don't all these
room to walk
small
to the
town police forces have tanks and shit now?
Yeah.
Why couldn't they just bust out the tank? Pit maneuver the fucking bulldozer.
Why aren't they doing a show of force there?
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's because that guy is...
They knew he was harmless. He was white.
Yeah. They knew he was harmless. They weren't ever, thinking that he was going to, flip out on them, and that is the same courtesy they should extend to everybody. I think everybody should have time to rail about King Nebuchadnezzar for an hour to the cops if they have to. That's what we're paying you for, is to deal with this type of shit. So anyway, that's the bulldozer guy.
That's the bulldozer guy. Fuck.
That's insane. I'm impressed with the stumps. I'm still thinking, how did he get them up there?
He must be strong.
Those stumps are not cheap, right?
And they're heavy.
Those are
those are
5
big,
foot
big
deep stumps.
Thick slices of stump.
What he did, because they have a full picture of the bulldozer in the scoop, you can see a bunch more stumps. So what he did was he stole the bulldozer, took it to presumably a second location, I guess his house.
Lumberyard.
A lumberyard somewhere, filled the scoop up with stumps, raised the scoop up, and then began attaching the stumps using the scoop. So the bulldozer helped him out,
Getting him up there.
Crazy, but not quite dumb.
Yeah.
Crazy like a fox, we call it.
Crazy like a fox. So anyway, that was how I spent I read everything that guy has ever posted, and I only found out about the second Facebook account because he was liking his own post.
Do we have an image of what he looked like? I'm curious to know.
Oh yeah.
How methy did he look?
Not only do we have an image of what he looks like, and I'll put this on our Twitter, we have all of his mugshots in chronological order, so you can see how what 18 years of meth will do to you. Is what that looks like.
Also, what 18 years will do to you, right? Am I right?
I guess so, yeah.
Ladies.
Whoa.
That's our Chad Nebuchadnezzar.
Never, Chad, never.
Yeah. I have a kind of crazy work story from one of our patrons over at patreon.com/thegoodspod. Dominique Demare says, I'm a night auditor at a hotel. Saturday morning, a boomer was checking out. Right before he handed me the key cards, he sneezed into both of his hands.
I hate it already.
Holding the key cards and then slamming them down onto the counter. I looked at him disgusted and asked him what his problem was. He just sneered at me and called me a dumb liberal and walked off. Only minor incident, but still, it's amazing how some people act. So
that's not minor. I would say
that is not minor. That's
an incident.
Yeah, that's an incident.
At least, if not a big one.
Yeah, that deserves a fucking rabbit punch to the back of the head.
Yeah, he deserves to get
bulldozed.
I'm sure that happened in a conservative area.
Yeah.
It's crazy that people think Corona's fake.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing to me, is at least say it's fucking overblown or something like that.
Something, yeah.
And you're just like, it's not real.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know.
Even under non-pandemic conditions, that would be fucking disturbing.
Beyond the pale.
Disgusting.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Yeah.
Don't sneeze on a card and put it in front of me.
And hand it to me, you fucking weirdo. Disgusting.
I hope they were wearing gloves.
I'm sure they weren't.
Mandate of their work.
The people working there?
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I'd get a piece of paper and just
Absolutely.
I sneezed in my own apartment the other day and apologized for 5 minutes. It's like, I am so sorry. I swear to God, it's not Corona. I'm just cooking with pepper over here.
Yeah, dude. I have allergies. Just sometimes when I first wake up, I'll sneeze a little bit, and now I'm like, fuck, if my roommates hear me. Yeah. Or fuck, my roommate.
Recoil into
my roommate went to a protest. I'm going to fucking get this bitch. She fucking killed me.
Lordy. I have one last fun thing from The Guardian. Well, fun.
As fun as these have all been.
As fun as these have all been. Poison control center cases rise in the UK and the US under COVID-19. The official US advice has been to disinfect high-touch surfaces to minimize the spread of COVID-19. Taking that advice to the extreme, a woman we'll call Lisa filled a sink with a mixture of 10% bleach and vinegar and hot water and soaked her vegetables and other food in it. Soon she noticed... Lisa,
what are you thinking?
Soon she noticed a powerful odor of chlorine in the kitchen, and she was having difficulty breathing. Of course, mixing bleach and vinegar causes a chemical reaction that makes deadly chlorine gas. So Lisa was eventually taken to the hospital and discharged a few hours later. So
I'm going to say that
protesters.
I didn't know that's how you made deadly chlorine gas.
Don't get any good ideas, people going to protest.
I knew there was something about mixing vinegar with stuff.
Yeah.
It'll get shit fucked up.
If you put vinegar on a hot surface, the vapors of the steam will choke you out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. In Bordeaux, France, the toxicologist Magali Labadie reports a rise in cases of people rubbing bleach into their bodies. Quote, the patients turn completely red or drenching their homes so thoroughly in bleach that it has provoked asthma attacks.
Oh, no.
So there's just people in France just fucking dumping bleach on all the... And that's...
the French.
Have you ever seen that? There's an...
Yeah.
There's a...
I usually attack Australia. That's my country I attack for no reason.
There is an episode of My Strange Addiction where there is a woman who's addicted to bleaching everything.
My name is Gloria. I'm 28 years old, and my addiction is bleach. I love bleach a lot. I ain't gonna say I love it more than I love myself, but I do love bleach. I don't consider myself a germaphobe. I'm not afraid of dirt. I'm not afraid of germs. I just like the feel of bleach.
Every day, Gloria cleans her house top to bottom with bleach. She goes through more than 300 gallons every year. Bleach has ruined her clothes and damaged furniture, but Gloria refuses to stop cleaning with it. Every morning, Gloria now adds bleach to her bath water.
Every time I take a shower or a bath, I have to use bleach. I have to use it. I first run the water, then I take the bleach and I pour it in a tub. It's not a certain amount that I use. I just pour until I feel like it's enough.
She like goes to bed with like a little bottle of it and like smells it and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, it's bad.
That's nuts.
I wonder what her brain looks like under a scan.
Oh, in the show, they take her to a doctor to like give her like a CT scan, and he's just like, you have no septum left. It's been like burned out. It's like,
damn.
Yeah. So that's yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Have you ever watched that show?
I never got into it.
Man.
I don't know. I have a hard time watching like
horribly depressing shows about insane
like too
people.
real. Like anything that's like too real.
Yeah.
Or like hoarders or that's I was like, it's like I can't.
Yeah,
it's more terrifying to me because it does exist.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Hoarders is crazy. I go through phases where I can watch it and then phases where I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This lady has 17 flat cats in her fucking living room.
God. After President Trump made his proclamation in April that you could perhaps cleanse your insides, cases of people poisoning themselves by drinking hand sanitizer are up.
It's not just high school kids getting drunk anymore. When I was a youngster, we used to do jinkum.
Butt hash. Yeah.
What is jinkum?
It was this fake drug that the middle schoolers made up, and then their like teachers or parents heard them talking about it, and they thought it was real. And it's
wow!
And they told the local news.
And what the kids made up is that you shit and piss in a balloon, and then
no. You shit and piss in a 20-ounce bottle.
Oh yeah.
And then you put a balloon on top of the 20-ounce bottle, and it slowly
leave it out in the sun.
You leave it in the sun, and it inflates the balloon with methane, and then you huff the methane is what they said it was, and they called it butt hash or jinkum. Yeah, and it was on like a local news.
Here is a shocking heads up for parents about teen drug use. One Florida Sheriff's Department warns there's a new way for your kids to get high. And as Fox City's Jack Miller reports, they're using raw sewage.
The Washington Post, The Drudge Report, and Inside Edition are all talking about jenkem.
It could be toxic and harming.
The Bulletin describes jenkem as gas produced by raw sewage that's allowed to ferment. Pictures show young people who appear to be breathing in jenkem. We weren't able to confirm tonight if jenkem is a problem for law enforcement in our area. Cops are calling it jenkem or the human waste drug, but parents need to be aware that kids are calling it by the more popular slang term butt hash. Jack Miller, Fox 30 News.
And at this point, it's not clear if jenkem can even be considered to be illegal. We'll keep you posted.
They claimed it was like mixing acid and cocaine, and that child soldiers would do it in Africa so they
to
could
stay
fight
up and like fight and shit.
Oh, it's great.
Also, this is the last thing. In one case, a woman swallowed hair dye containing a molecule called paraphenyldiamine that can cause a severe allergic reaction and burn the body's soft tissue. Her goal appeared to be internal disinfection. Cases of poisoning by ingestion of essential oils have also increased. So stop doing that, everybody.
Stop ingesting those oils.
And the essential oils smell so strongly, I couldn't even imagine how they would taste. Putting that much of it inside
Get back
you
to your
poison
olive
you.
oils or your vegetable oils.
Oh, yeah.
But think about once they're in your stomach and you get the burps and you got lavender burps.
But it also just smells like shit because it's in there with whatever else is in your stomach.
Yeah.
Lavender and bile.
I hate everything lavender. Lavender is
really?
like it's just so gross to me. I don't know.
I kind of
what
like
is.
it.
Other scents don't bother me, but I can tell as I get older, I'm like, I just can't handle any. I don't know. I'm turning into one of those people that's like, I don't like any odors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I've known people like that.
My mom will straight up walk into your house and unplug all of your plugins, like, and look you in the eye while she's fucking doing it. Like, she hates.
That's impressive.
She refers to them as smellums, as in I don't like smellums.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking.
Does she like people that wear like cologne or perfume? Does she wear perfume?
No, God,
Cologne
no,
and perfume is disgusting. If you
I
wear
do
that
wear
and you're
cologne.
listening to this podcast,
Or if you're on this specific episode right now.
I've never thought you smelled like cologne.
See, the thing is like you're not supposed to smell like it's supposed to be if you get really close.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like, I love giving somebody a hug, and I'm like, oh, I like their cologne. Like, I wear that sweater a lot, and I'm like, oh, I like putting a spritz on like once or twice a week, so it has...
This is my sweater cologne.
This is my sweater cologne.
Well, you're going to start getting
This
hot.
has really gone down the deep end of cologne talk.
Absolutely.
No, I honestly find it interesting. Cologne is a very fascinating subject to me because it's something I do not understand.
Who was it? There was an Austin comic, and I think it might have been Jared Walls, that did a post once that he was like, who are these guys wearing cologne? Show yourself now. And I was like, wait, do people not wear cologne? I wear cologne sometimes.
I would bet the majority of people, like we know, like comics, do not
for
do
sure.
it. Once you get outside of the realm of like poor millennials,
Yeah.
maybe, but I don't know many people that do, to be honest. Women I know wear perfume and shit like that, but
Wow.
There was a Black Lives Matter protest in Cologne this week.
Oh, yeah, Germany.
Yeah.
is that where it got invented, I guess?
I wonder. I don't
would
know.
assume
They came
that's-
up with the fucking hamburger.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fucking cologne.
And then, I mean, champagne's from the Champagne.
The Frankfurter?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's France, right?
Champagne is in the Champagne region of France.
Champagne.
Man,
Yeah.
what do they have named for us? The California burrito.
Yeah, the one with the French fries.
Yeah, man.
We're very hungry.
Dude, I was so hungry before I came over here. I went to the store and I bought chips.
Oh, yum.
Ooh,
yeah.
what kind of chips?
Dude, I've been buying these El Salvadorian Cheetos.
Oh. Are they like Takis or they're like Cheetos?
They're Cheetos.
Okay.
They're just, they taste like they aren't super processed.
We got we'll do one question and then get out of here. We got a question on Twitter from Connor Benson at Darkoni. Says, any weird hobbies you guys would get into if you had the time or money? The time thing, boy, we've all blown a huge opportunity to get into hobbies
I mean,
here.
I do think it. I don't know. I won't speak for you guys, but for me, the like that whole thing that's like, I'll do it when I have the time, and then I have had the time and I haven't done shit.
Yeah, it's because you didn't want to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I do think if I had money, I'd become like an art guy. I think I'd be an art collector guy.
Yeah, that's not.
What does
I
that
wouldn't be
entail,
like-
though? You just sit around and look at art you bought, go to art shows?
No, it means you travel everywhere and go to like markets and
Yeah.
look for like weird
Or
obscure
like
people.
sounds
or like
fun.
getting commissioned pieces like from cool artists that like you think are cool. that
Oh,
do
see,
interesting
yeah,
stuff.
that would,
Yeah,
that would be
my
fun.
hobby would just be buying lots of cool
Yeah,
stuff.
well, that's more what I was thinking when you said
Well,
that
I
would be
would-
to go to like, okay, let's go to like central China and find some fucking guy painting on the street and be like, oh, I'm gonna,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be your patron now.
Yeah.
Like,
My new hobby is balling out of control.
Ballin'.
yeah.
There's got to be more. I know. But I've also always said like I would like to paint.
I would
Yeah.
get into music more.
Getting to making beats
I
and
feel like
shit.
this isn't answering his question. He wants like specific.
Yeah.
Like,
But
what's,
that's
like,
the thing.
an
We already
awkward-
have a hobby.
Yeah.
That's
and
true.
It's doing comedy.
It's doing
Yeah.
comedy.
Well, he's saying with he says with money, and I think
Buy myself an agent for my birthday.
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah,
I
buy
would get
myself a
into
booking agent.
gardening. I think I'd like really like to garden, but
Yeah.
like that is within the realm of me being able to do it, and I just
Yeah.
don't do
Yeah,
it.
that's-
We have a patio.
I was gonna say that's what I did last summer when I was bored, and I'm doing
Yeah.
it this summer again, and it's
Yeah.
fun. My answer to that would be fishing. Get a
fishing.
fucking boat. Drive around Catalina Island, fish for bluefish and fish
that'd be
mackerel
cool.
and shit. Like deep sea fishing is,
And you got to be totally rich to do that.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Boats are fucking expensive.
Rich in time. See, I wouldn't be a car guy. I don't think I would be like,
Yeah, who
I want
cares?
like lots of cars.
I
or
mean,
fancy
Car
cars.
guys are fucking weird.
I would be a one car guy.
Yeah, sure.
Because that's I think except if you're
You can even own multiple cars, but that's when you fucking start owning hangars full
Right,
of cars.
right.
That's when
I
it's
would
like,
be-
okay, buddy.
I wouldn't be Jay Leno, but a badass like 70s Pontiac GTO or a Barracuda or a Roadrunner or some
Fucking
shit.
83 DeVille Eldorado.
Yeah, 1982 Cadillac Eldorado, like
Yeah.
Aunt Bean drove. I see. I might also go in the direction of like just becoming a like prepper.
doomsday prepping
like
would be
with
fun.
not
yeah.
like maybe the negative connotation of it, but just like self-sufficient, living off the land.
Totally. Yeah.
Like
just the fun parts of it.
Yeah, just
Gonna
the
get a
like
karaoke
positive part,
machine,
not the like conspiracy theorist part
Yeah.
of it. That's
above ground swimming pool.
Yeah. Well, that sort of goes into what you're talking about gardening.
Yeah.
It's part of being self-sufficient or whatever. Yeah, man. Having a farm would be great.
A farm, a nice house, a lot of art.
Yeah, something like that.
Books. I think I'd also go off the
books.
deep end on like first editions.
Oh yeah, that's easy to do. I got a second edition of Tender is the Night by Scott
nice.
Fitzgerald. Yeah, that's one of my. So I think that's my only rare book. I got 2 copies of To Kill a Mockingbird signed. I think those are.
That's cool.
But it's like a later edition. Anyway, there's my answer. I'd be a boat guy.
You'd be a boat guy. I'd be a
Printed
prepper.
out the
Sam would be
anarchist cookbook.
Sam
off
would
the
be a
internet.
successful comedian.
I would buy an audience
Yeah.
and make them laugh, and I'll film it, and then I'll look like I'm funny.
Yeah. If I had the money, I'd be like, fuck comedy. I'm going to live on the farm.
Yeah.
Like,
Somebody said I was overrated yesterday.
What?
In the hell I caught, somebody said I was an overrated comedian.
I had one of those.
Wow, you're rated?
That's what I said. It made me fucking thrilled.
I would love to be rated.
Rated to a point where people think it's too much.
Can we do this right now, Rivers, if you want? Can you look up the Laugh Factory YouTube page and find my clip, and let's go through the internet comments about my set.
This is one of my favorite things to do with my friends who have clips on large platforms.
Oh, this is
And
wow.
Rarely would they just be normal.
So the clip is called Gay Texan in LA or something like that.
The description says, "Yeehaw! MK takes comedy by the horns."
All right.
I've never owned a pair of boots in my life. That's not true. I have.
Let's see. Look what LA did to this guy who looks like he could be a cowboy. Shaking my head. And that is from Dr. Shrimp, Puerto Rico.
Dude, that's so fucking funny.
Wait, what were the 2 replies?
Good. We got enough Nazis with oversized pickup trucks making up for their tiny Peter size. We don't need any more of y'all here. And that's by Truggle. And then Dr. Shrimp says, "Feel better now?"
I was like, how did this go down this path?
I like
That's
how
what I
Dr. Shrimp just saw you and he's like, that's such a masculine man. God damn it, they took him away from us. It's such a weird fucking train of thought.
Zayla Fonte says, "As soon as he said East Hollywood, I knew he was gay."
That's the wrong one. West Hollywood's
West
gay.
Hollywood's gay. What are you talking about?
There was one that was like, good for his first try, and I wanted to be like, I've been doing comedy for 9 years.
Oh, man.
I do love that when people think that any comic they never have seen before just started.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, BT. Good material, but his delivery is lacking. And then, the setups are garbled as fuck.
Oh,
dude, that's enough.
Fucking asshole!
What? Fresh face. He's a new comedian finding his comfort on stage.
Yeah.
Wait, this is worse.
Because somebody runs to my rescue.
Fucking care trolling is so much. God, I would so much rather be like, you suck and there's not a single redeeming thing about you or anything you have to say than this. Fresh faces. He's a new comedian finding his comfort on stage. He literally said it's his first time on stage.
I was like, I didn't say I said it's my first time on this stage at the Laugh Factory, but I have been doing comedy for 9 years.
They probably got confused.
This person still, this is so much worse. He says, Chiba says, "I would say he did pretty good. His jokes aren't my cup of tea, but he has really solid material and did pretty well at adapting his jokes on the fly." It's
I like
shut up.
Aren't your jokes more of a cup of penis?
Yeah, that's
right?
that's another one of my jokes.
Did you do that in this set?
I don't think I did.
Oh, damn it. That would have been a great reference. If I don't mind reading comments online of people attacking comedy or comedians I know. I don't fucking care. I think it's funny sometimes. I can't wait for the day where I get a video on a platform where people fucking say shit about me. I fucking love it.
It's so, but it's like, it's the things you would like obsess about.
I can't stand it when people comment on things like timing and rhythm and shit like that. It's just like, you have no fucking clue what you are talking about at all.
We forget that like people are like, don't like that's a very intelligent comment to them, right?
Yeah,
And, like,
yeah.
They don't think about like
They think they're being inside baseball
Yeah.
by saying shit like that.
Well, all I'll say is if you ever, and I'm, this is me, baby, care trolling here, but if you ever feel bad about it, go find whatever you consider the funniest stand-up bit of all time, and then go read the comments, because even in the best, like, fucking pick your, Chappelle, fucking Maria Bamford, Carlin, whoever the fuck you want to talk about, in that comment section is going to be somebody being like, fucking liberal idiot, or,
Is this guy new?
That's why comedy is not That's why success in comedy doesn't make any sense, because skill is not quantifiable in comedy.
Yeah.
It's like food. Everybody knows what they like.
Right.
But it's like comparing apples to oranges. It's too fucking different.
Anyway, thank you for indulging me, Ribs.
No, this has been fun. Thank you so much for being here. MK, tell people where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter.
Laugh Factory.
Yeah, the Laugh Factory website. I'm at MK Paulsen, Paulsen. I also have a second best podcast in the world right after this one.
I'd say we are neck and neck for podcasts that record at Disgraceland.
At Disgraceland, right? Yeah. Check me out. Check out the podcast. It's called Roommates for Life. That's with the number 4 LYFE. We wanted to make it hard to find, so it's more rewarding to people when they do get it. So it's just almost impossible. Check it out, Roommates for Life.
Somebody has the worst podcast.
If you're
name.
donating to River's Patreon, Patreon, and you want to jump on over to our Patreon that is lagging in the patrons, jump on over. It's patreon.com/roommates, ROOMATES 4, the number 4 LYFE.
Yes.
Speaking of podcasts that are impossible to find, I want to give a quick shout out to my friend Cooper Lyden.
Oh, please.
And his podcast Pork Butt.
What?
Pork Butt.
Okay.
Have you done it, Sam?
No, because it just started. And you cannot find this fucking thing. Type
impossible.
in pork butt online, and all that comes up is recipes for pork
Boston
butt.
Button.
Guess what happens if you type in pork butt podcast? The same thing, but with podcast.
Yeah, of course.
That's so funny.
Even if you type in that podcast and their name, it's not even close to the first thing that comes up.
That's like it's like naming your band ! Yeah. They're not findable.
No.
He's doing that with Dylan Sullivan?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's going to be so funny.
I've heard some of it. It's funny.
I'll shout out another one too. Andrew Polk has started back doing his podcast that he did for 5 seconds when he lived in LA, and it's called I Wish I Was Dead. And it's just, the whole thing is he sits there, and the podcast is he is going to drink 8 beers, and when he's done with the 8 beers, the podcast is over. So it's just him drinking 8 beers and ranting, and it is it's fucking great.
I can't imagine a more appropriate person to do that.
Yeah. I wonder how much he has to edit that before he uploads it.
Oh, it's Polk. He don't edit shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he records it onto his phone, I think.
Well, I guess he did move out of LA, so I guess he does not give a shit anymore.
Not at all. It's outstanding. But check out Pork Butt. Well, I'll find the link, Sam, and send it to me, and I'll put it on our Twitter, so we can
have
plug.
A detective hunt down the link.
We'll
I'll just text Cooper, because there's literally I've tried to find it before and I can't do it.
I mean, ours is almost also. I'm like, why did we spell Roommates for Life this way? But then I'm like, if we spelled it the regular way, it probably
it wouldn't have helped, because the search engines fucking can adjust for like a Y I sort of situation.
Yeah.
Find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rivers Langley.
I'm at Slam Harder. And I realized, guys, this week I did not give out my phone number on the Patreon. I apologize for that. I will make up for it next week.
Yeah. Or just go back to the New Jack City Patreon and fast forward to the end.
Don't listen to any of the old Patreon. You pay for the new ones, not for the old ones.
This moment. Find us on Twitter at The Goods Pod, and we will see you tomorrow.
Later.
Bye.